Well, good morning. Discussing RNGKIng. It's my game I'm theoretically making. I started designing it a few weeks ago. I've played a ton of games. It's all the dream things I wanted to see in a game I'm putting in. There's gonna be no story. It's gonna maybe there will be. My story I want to do cartoon injects that it just kind of happens during RNG events that you just get like little cutscenes. Um, But yeah, the RNG King comes from the boon pool, and it comes from character roles and items. Right? There's a ton of random elements. If you get lucky, you get lucky, and that's how it is. Luck has a payoff. That's how RNG King works. Luck has a payoff. And anyway, this is discussing the laser sword, guys. So I just had the idea in my boon classes. I have like monsters, droids, wisps, skeletons, men. There's gonna be like different classes that are gonna have different like each element is gonna be represented. Like if you get a Templar, there's gonna be 7 versions of the Templar that all have like Earth might have extra health, water might have a block. Darkness might do extra. It's kind of lame, but extra crit damage. It'd be like plus 80 though. It'd be like a lot. Um, right? And what I just thought of was Laser Sword Guy. I'm gonna do a cartoon squad of Jedi. It's gonna be like Cham Bromley and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna design little art for. I've got an example I drew earlier. Just a little laser sword art guy. My characters may not even have hands. It might just be a little like representation and a little freely swinging weapon. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome because so there's gonna be the 7 laser sword guys, one for each element, and this is what it'll be like. There'll be kind of jokes, right? So yeah, you'll have one that's like a blocker. He has like 33% chance to block. Maybe laser sword people will all have chances to block. Maybe that'll be their thing. They can all block, right? Because they have their laser sword, they're Jedi, right? Can block 33% chance to block ranged and do an animation that's maybe the same as the attack or something. It just would be a funny little addition, right? That'd be a really fun like $29 special pack. Get all 7 laser sword guys unlocked at tier 1. So you have a 1% chance, but you can get them again, and then you get 3% chance, 3% chance per round, which isn't a lot, because you're talking about at a 3% chance if you play 100 rounds, you're likely to get them up 3 times. That's it. 3 times in 100 rounds is not that often. It's enough, and that's at a top tier. So, yeah. But yeah, I did want to share that idea for you have Inagami, droids, skeletons, all these, and then there should be a tier for laser sword guys. Should be a class of boon that yeah, give them each an ability, right? And each an ability that represents like who they are. And of course, like make it like a set bonus, right? If you get 2 at the same time, they buff each other. They get a little tougher, so you have like some randomness there. It's just a lot of fun stuff to collect. I mean, like I'm thinking about my workflow, right? If I had the game set up and I wanted to make shut up, Raven, just shoot him, and I wanted to make 7 units, right? I could do that in a week. You have one, you get 1 to work, and then you just change the color for the others, and then you have your 7 elements. Make their cards. That's $29. $29 in a global audience. I'd be rich. I'd be hiring people. Hey, you make. I want you to make Star Wars characters. Yeah, you need to copy all the Star Wars characters. They all need to be there. Princess Amadorcus. Then you have Bygone Jin. He's a fucking drunken master. Like the rest. Do all the cartoon versions. I'm gonna have the Colossus from StarCraft. Yeah, you can use anything if it's a parody. If you parody a lot, so laser sword guys are gonna be cool. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. A little cast of 7 Jedi or 7 characters from Star Wars. Yeah, I haven't really slimes are popular because slimes split. Splitter enemies are always fun. Enemies that spawn enemies. Like I'll have an enemy that like, you know, plus 10 overshield add a block, makes its next attack stronger, right? Like shaman that buff, right? Yeah, that's what I would be. That's what I would do. Shut up. You know, what would a light enemy be? Oh, for sure an authoritarian. The darkness of light is authoritarianism for sure. It would be like uh, some divine contender, or maybe like even like a yeah. And I could use boons as enemies too. Like it's really exciting. Like selling a product, having the base structure to create and sell products on is what I'm really looking for. Is I'm looking for the game that's fun that people want content for. They want more. They want more to fight against. They want more to get. And so every week it's like, let's make. How hard would it be to make 7 characters? I bet I could design them in an afternoon and then, you know, like take away their arms and just make the sword go around them with me. Like, it would look. You could stylize anything to make it simple, right? So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And it's all based around the fantasy squad, right? So you get your little sword guys up there. It's gonna look cool. You're gonna have your sword guys on the flank swinging their little lightsabers, getting heals from all the characters, getting buffed, you know, regenerating themselves. And you know, there's always like a star level. There'll be characters that take average star level. There'll be characters that have a fixed star level. And there'll be characters that take a max star level. The highest star you have, they mirror. Like I decided the Inagami will do that. Angels would do that, right? They come out, and Inagami is a fucking talented spirit. It would be as good as you are, right? So yeah, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. And then they're not the best. They're not going to win the game, but it's an extra unit, you know. So yeah, a person who has every single character boon could always have 3 characters coming out doing something, right? I like that. Someone a character that just heals the main structure until it's plus 100 health and then moves on to the tower and then works on the tower indefinitely. Well, it just adds 0.3% health as an overshield every second for forever. So when you finally get around to the tower, if he's been working, you could have a tower that's plus 40% health you have to get through. And yeah, maybe you might kill the guy, but now yeah, right, he just starts at 1 star, 33% health, 11 power. Each heal adds 11 health onto the tower, right? Like it's an attack. So he's just like slowly making it stronger. Something like that. Or maybe even like 1 health. He gets touched at all, he withdraws. So, yeah, there's going to be a few interesting things. None of the boons are going to have upgrades, although higher tiers will be better. Summon more of them. Laser sword guy. Cham Bromley is the blue lightsaber. Blue lightsaber, green lightsaber. What would the green lightsaber do? Yeah, he'd be a blocker who could like throw down a heal. It would be like they do like, you know, maybe once every 10 seconds heal somebody. That'd be the green one. The green one would be a consular. The blue one would be, who knows, like maybe he makes overshields when he makes an overshield on himself. Water, earth heals, heart. Heart would do an AoE heal. Yeah, it'd be like a pink lightsaber. Yeah, I would get the laser sword guys, like these Jedi. I'd get 7 Jedi. 7 little cartoon Jedi and design each of them with their own little characteristics. Star level's genius because it just means that you make a base stat and then the star level is times 4 that. So like main characters all start at 3311, 33 health, 11 power. And then yeah, let's say like secondary summons might start at like 28, right? 20 health, 8 power, or 20 health, 6 power, something like that. That way they can survive a hit or two, but they're not like game carrying. They're not like changing the game. They're just kind of like extra flavor, which matters because if you have a character that's getting buffed, getting healed, and survives a little bit, let's say he gets 3-4 enemies, that's actually a little bit of progress. That's actually a little good. right? And then make him a treat too. Like the element, when he dies, he drops a mote that's worth like, between one and like whatever tier he was, right? Oh yeah, that's how you do it. You do different boons where you have like I'm serious, just like 777 boons I'm going for. So you can get a bunch, and a lot of them are just buffs. They're not even cosmetic. They just add a stat onto somebody, which is good. But yeah, if you get plus HP on the tank, that's great. Like, what if it's like a good boon to be plus 33% healing received? That'd be an awesome boon. It's good sometimes, not all the time. Oh yeah, cleaning my battery terminal was way better. I was wiggling it to find a spot. That battery cleaner works good. As soon as you put it on, it's like a second later. Ooh, my cup's at maximum rim. I left a cup of water out for the ravens, just like weirdo, and it's filled up with the rain. Looks like Odin's cup. I might keep it. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be a great game because the random summons are fun. I would enjoy having a little 2D game. Hey, I'm going to draw a Jedi today. Hey, I'm going to make... Look, here's my 7 Jedi, like one right after the other. And then do like... however it works with animation. I'm sure I'll be able to make like classic rigging where like maybe every attack looks the same for every character. you know, it'd be fun. Yeah, it'd be really fun. And then how would deflect work? You could send it right back. Yeah, that would be a yellow character, a light character. Instead of defense, they would be able to send back a magic, like fireball coming, return it. Once every 10 seconds, totally return a spell. Or steal it, spell steal. Yeah, there'd be one with spell steal and one with spell reflect. Spell steal. Oh, that's a badass ability. Take a buff. Yeah, steal a buff from an enemy. That's badass. Yeah, right. But the 7 laser sword guys. Anyway, it would also be like the higher the tier, like from common to sublime, would be the higher the star level of laser sword guy, and the higher star level would also have like extra abilities. Like, there'd be like maybe each color would have one stat based on the color difference, like plus 10% damage, plus 10% crit damage is okay. Plus 1% crit damage is nothing. Yeah, it'll have to use decimals. It'll have to use decimals. So it's precise. So the decimal points matter. Yeah. But no, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a great game. I'm excited for the laser sword guys. It's just like it's gonna be so much fun. Make a team of 7 Jedi. And maybe there'll be like, maybe instead of having one of each tier, right? Where you could technically get 7 of the blue Jedi, right? And which one comes out depends on the power. That's a little messy. Maybe they're all ultra rare, right? They're all ultra rare. They all fit on every element in the ultra rare tier. And then there'd be like one transcendent one that's sublime. Summon all 4 Jedi, right? Jedi take your lowest star level. Laser sword guy. But yeah, make each one of them unique based on the element. It'd be fun. Like, the light character could have plus 3 defense. The dark character could have plus 30% crit damage. The blue character would have plus 30% overshield. The earth character would have plus 30% max health. What other character? The heart character. Maybe regenerate. Yeah, heart character at 50% HP, gain 50% HP. Um, uh, and then cover dark, fire. Oh yeah, what would a fire character be? Red lightsaber, right? Ew. It'd be extra attack, right? They would just hit harder, right? Easy to make. Because you just design it. You design, like, you show the game where to pull from for their art, and it's all the standard. Every character works the same. They move within range and then they attack, and then so you could just throw them in there. It's a working combat engine. Here, new boons. Just came out with it. $24.99. You want all 7 Jedi right now? There you go. You get all 7 Jedi in 100R. $24. You know. And that's only 1%. It's only a 1% chance. So you still have, and they're good. They're good. Like, that's an awesome character. A character with the same base stats as a main character. Yeah, maybe like 33 and 11, because the main characters will have +5 in other stats, and they may not have that, or they do have that. Yeah, they do have that. Just design each one a little different with the color. Like, you have the golden sabered person. It'd be so fun. It's gonna be fun to make, and I'll make them too, so that they, like, as a treat, they each drop an essence. Not everything drops an essence, but they do. It's like their crystal, right? Drops their lightsaber crystal, which is worth like 3 essence or something like that. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It'll mix well with droids. Yeah, just seven different colored lightsaber Jedi that all have like different things, and you don't get them all the time. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Spell Steal is a nice ability. I like that. Spell Steal. I don't know who would have it. I think a boon would have it. Yeah, there'd be like a spell stealer. That's what they do. They walk behind and then they cast it, and whatever they steal, they either put on themselves or they put on an ally. Yeah, that'd be useful. I'm gonna give the enemy some mean buffs. Like the enemy, I'm gonna design a squad of enemies. One for each element. So you have each enemy you kill like has like a 25% of dropping 1 essence of their element. And the fire guys will be swarmers. The water guys will be like, I don't know, maybe water will be swarmers. Whatever it is, there's gonna be like, they're gonna have their little edge, and they also will have their star levels. And so you're gonna have your grid, and then the enemy's grid is gonna be marked off and like grayed out if it's an NPC, because they're spawning monsters. They're not spawning characters. But yeah, I could hide some of my characters in the monster pool. Maybe not, right? Need to design like a filter you can put on an NPC that makes it look like gray or evil instead of your characters, which are kind and good. Right. That's going to be awesome. Shoots a rocket. My laser zerd team. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll carbon copy them off the original 6. Right. There's going to be a 7th slot that you either unlock as a drop, or you can pay Dogecoin for. Yeah, I'm going to put like 33.33 Dogecoins. You get the 7th slot, it's golden, you'll always have it unlocked, and you'll get like a special character. Maybe you'll get the Doge as a boon. Maybe I'll make like the Doge meme, put the meme head, give him some legs, and like make him do things. Make him karate chop and stuff with like stick arms. Yeah, just the idea that it can be a bit of a cartoon too is really fun. There's nothing you can't do on that. If you can conceive of it and you know how to make objects and make them interact, then that's it. It's a bridge battler. You don't want Jedi in a bridge battler? Of course you do. You want Jedi in a bridge battler. Yeah, I'll make the Jedi like ultra rare, and maybe they take the median star level. Or maybe each different Jedi takes the star level of the unit in a certain slot. Like red will always be slot 1, blue will always be slot 2, earth will always be slot 3, right? And my characters are elemental mixed. They're not like Dark Lady's Heart and Dark. Elementalist has 4 elements. Water guy's just water. Fire guy's just fire. The Maiden is Heart and Light. So you have Heart and Dark and Heart and Light, which people will like that. Both my healer characters are Heart, Light, and Dark, and then the Bard is just air. So the Bard, I was thinking I could replace the Bard with a different character. I would want to do a character that buffs crit and attack speed, right? And the Bard might do that. It might be like a special Bard buff ability, but what I really want is I want the Bard to have its musical thing that it has a bunch of notes it plays, and which notes it gets determines the buff it does, which could be a lot of fun, because you could get again a repeat where like Maybe it's all attack one round. So for the next 8 seconds, all your team is doing way more attack. You know, maybe it's a mix of attack and defense, right? Who knows? Anyway. Yeah, it would be a lot of fun to make right now 7 Jedi and to have them in my game. I would dig it. I would dig it. It's going to be a lot of fun. This week it's puppies. We're going to do a common level beasts. You know, it'd be like red, it's like maybe red it's a fox, green it's a frog, right? They're terrible. They have terrible stats, right? But they're common. They're on a common level, and you know they check every time. You could just get a frog. Hey, look, there's a frog bounced. It's a menagerie. It's supposed to be like it's supposed to feel like they want to be fun. Like I want more rolls for more things at once, right? And I'm gonna give it to them. All right, there'd be a great like top tier sublime premium boon. Activate every boon you have. You know, and if you have a game-winning boon, which there will not be, you're talking about winning a 0.001% roll for the boon, and then you're talking about having the boon go off in order to get it. So yeah, there'll be some matches you're like, oh, that was fun, but I just got the game winner. I just made 100R. 100R more than you'll ever get in a match, because that's 100 of each element. And so the goal is that elements and the mixes of the elements speak to the I'm an extemporaneous speaker. I give speeches. Yeah, I don't know how I got into public speaking. I hate it. It's so hard. It's hard to be really good at it, to really like carry attention. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. 7-person laser sword team. Talk about an awesome idea. I would want to give them abilities, but I also know I just don't want to do it. I think I'll just change their base stats. I'll just make them take like lowest star level or highest star level or median star level, and give them base stats that reflect their unique function, like, you know, 33, 11, and then each one, like the earth guy is 34, the water guy is 34, the fire guy has 12 attack, the light guy has 2 defense instead of 1. The air guy, the white saber, has has 1% extra crit chance per level, and then the dark one has like 1% extra crit damage. And together they have a team, but make it so that their extra stat goes to their allies. So if you get a red and a blue guy at the same time, both the red and the blue guy have +1 stat to their health and attack at base. So a 7-star is going to have 7x their base stat. So yeah, it'd be pretty good. It's like a little really minor change. It's not a unit, and it's not going to win the game. Oh good, I got laser sword guy, but it's going to be awesome. He's like, fucking laser sword guy's doing some work. Look at this guy. You know, he's going to be at least competent. And maybe make them as a suite all have the same abilities, right? They're Jedi. So what do Jedi do? They can block shots. So give them each like a 33% chance to block ranged. Give them an animation for that. Or maybe even strip their health and give them a 90% chance to block. That'd be a cool character. Laser sword guys. They can move and block at the same time. They don't have that much health, but they have a really high chance to block, and so they basically fight until they lose a block, which would be a real Jedi. It'd be like invincible until you got a hit, and then you'd just be dead. It'd be nothing but a robe to travel up. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Give them a persistent, stable attack, and give them like 95% chance to block, and then once they fail a block, then they're gone. And the Jedi got shot by a bounty hunter, and he's gone. But it'd be cool to design all the, like, add little quirks that make them unique looking, and, like, change their saber colors, and, yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be really fun. And then do an addition. Like, I love it, too, like, you know, a really good, like, maybe, like, mid-tier boon would be, like, an AK-47. It's like, whatever the character is, just put an AK-47 above their body, and when it's in range, it just starts shooting. Shoots until it reloads, shoots one more time, and then disappears. Yeah, something like that. I mean, all those boons would be fun to open, is because you're gonna be playing a game that's a really solid RTS. It's a solid real time strategy. Yeah, there's one objective. It's just a bridge battle, but you're still rolling and organizing and using armor, and it's gonna be tough enough that King God Castle was good because you lost in King God Castle. In King God Castle, it was possible to not win, and that made it really exciting because the losses, yeah, they sucked, and there really was no recovery. You just like lost, you just lost resources. You didn't get any gold, you didn't get anything. You can't upgrade shit. You just were that bad. So you got to go pick a new level, and I don't want to do that. I want to do it where the loss leaves you a little something, and then it saves what you lost. And so it is like the loss is a part of like the cycle. Like, are you gonna get good enough and lucky enough that you can really beat level 2? You got to get all the way to the castle and kill it. You got to get through all those waves, all those monsters. Maybe I'll know like relative. They've got to have like, if you want to get past level 1, you have to have your personal stats all upgraded. You want to get past level 2, you've got to have all the basic activations done in like 30 boons. You want to get past level 3, you've got to have 100 boons, and you've got to have your 7th slot, and then you've got to have, like all those stats. Maybe it's not that aggressive, but it would be something like that, because if the failures mattered, if the failures collect and contribute resources, then it'd be really, really easy to to justify losing. Because then you're like, yeah, I came away with 10% of what I earned, and that sucks. But I know once I beat them, I'm gonna get every single essence I that came out. All the essences that I lost watching my team get wiped were collected, and they are in the lair. And let's say I go all day, I lose 10 times, never won. Every single time, all those essences got plus 10%, plus 10%, plus 10%, plus 10% overnight. You wait a day, plus 10%, right? And so, yeah, you might be able to like change your onboard clock, but yeah, you're not earning that much. When you're talking about plus 10% on 100, that's only 10. But when you're talking plus 10% over and over, let's say 10 plus 10% on 200, first it's 220, and then plus 10% on that is plus 22. So then it's going to be 242, and then plus 10% on that's going to be like whatever. So yeah, it'll gain quickly, and then you'll get it. But then again, like some of the upgrades will be like 1,000 to upgrade this ability or change, right? Like, I want to have it so the block guy, when you get him originally, all he does is block. Nothing special happens. He blocks twice, great. And then he starts unlocking block twice, get an overshield. Block 3 times, do an AoE taunt. Block 4 times, do a knockback and gain a mighty block. And so the 5th time is like a bigger plus 25% overshield in a row, and go all the way to 10. So if you block 10 times in a row, if you win a 33% chance roll 10 times in a row, and I'll make it sneaky so mighty blocks count in your chain. So if you get a free block, it's a free block. And then you get like plus 800% attack speed, plus 800% damage. He doesn't do much damage to begin with, plus 800%. And now he's a monster, right? But it could be the opposite. If you lose 3 blocks in a row, you die. A good trait for the maiden would be if a shielder near her loses 4 blocks in a row, cast an emergency shield on him, right? That'd be a great trait. That's worth at least 100 R, all right? 100 R maiden. So they're going to have all these like high contextual traits and abilities that bring out their character. And the cheap ones are going to be base stats. Then once those are upgraded, they're individuated, and then it's just going to take out like who they are, like Fire Guy. 22% chance on hit to attack again, hit again instantly. If that second hit hits instantly, 22% chance on that to hit again. If you hit twice in a row that way, if your double hit causes a double hit, he shoots a fire wave. There's no third hit. It just causes his ability to trigger, which first will be like an energy wave. It's gonna be like he has like a really cool sword that can like peel energy into the air and he can throw it. And then it'll light everything on fire after an upgrade, right? And it'll get like, you know, maybe I'll even be able to make it so that, because it is like 2D, right? I'll be able to make it so that as it gets upgraded, like, yeah, as he upgrades stars, the energy wave goes further and is bigger, right? Maybe at first it's like just a line, like he shoots like just a little wisp, and then it's like a whole chevron goes, right? Cool ideas. I really like the laser sword guys. They're just great fluff boon units. Yeah, it's an RTS. It's about spawning units and throwing it at the enemy to see what it does. And there's going to be, yeah, the main stable of characters is like 14, 15 characters. That's it. All the archetypes are covered. If you want to do anything else with a character, throw it on a character that exists, nothing else. But because it's a 2D game and it doesn't take that much to animate a character, you've got standing still, breathing, walking, and then you've got attacking, and then they die. Those are the only animations you really need. Fire can be something you throw on top of them. Ice can be something you throw on top of them with like a visual. It's the same visual for everybody. You don't need to draw what the character looks like iced. A real production studio would do that, but I don't have to. I can just do a spectral effect over them. Just make them look different. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. Lightning. I think lightning should increase crit chance on a target. I think that should be like the main lightning property. Yeah, ice. Yeah, does ice freeze? Yeah, sure, ice can freeze. Maybe maybe each ice cube has a fixed slow amount, and once it gets to a certain threshold, they're just a popsicle. But it would have to be that fire damage removes a layer of ice. You can't get away with frosting and firing someone at the same time. Doesn't make any sense, right? He's frozen and burning too. What would that look like? Ice up here and embers up here. It's just a little bizarre. Those two elements cancel each other out. So I don't want to have crazy elemental wheels of like resistances and stuff like that. I don't really care about that, but I do want the elements to produce essences. And yeah, I mean, the game Battle Legion is easily less complex than what I'm doing, because I'm doing things like, I want it to be that there's a random chance in the middle of the map spawns a little golden like treasure thing, right? And both sides can hit it, and the thing's shooting off like, maybe it's like a different color per essence. It's shooting essences either side. So it's in the middle. Both sides are attacking it and shooting essences either way. It was random for that to spawn. It has nothing to do with a boon. Maybe it does. Maybe there's party boons, right? A party boon spawns something in the middle that does something, right? I want the player to feel interested in collecting essences and for them to have a lot of things to spend them on. Because 100 of any essence, you can buy a boon, right? Roll for a boon. You want a light boon? There's light boons. I'll let you look at the light boons. You can look at all the boons in the light, and you'll know, like, if you really want to build your thing, you're like, I want to increase my crit chances and I want to increase my crit damage. Well, you're going to do light and dark. You're going to roll a lot of light and dark. If you want extra attack, you got to roll some fire boons, Do you want to make a fire team? There's going to be several characters that apply fire damage. You're going to want all of them at once. Actually, there's like 4 or 5 characters that apply fire damage. Fire damage stacks with Incinerate. If fire damage hits a target, 10% of the fire damage is burn damage for 1 second. If 2 fire damage hits the target, it's 10% each. 1 second per. So it's, if you do 100 fire damage and 100 fire damage, that's 20 fire damage over 2 seconds. So 20 fire damage a second. Now you do 3 sources. Let's say you have 3 sources of 100 fire damage. Now it's doing 30 fire damage every second for 3 seconds. And so Incinerate builds up, because it is exactly like that. If you were to take me and throw a wall of fire through me, nothing would happen. I'd be absolutely fine. If you were to throw the firewall of fire through me for 10 seconds, I'd be a crisp. I would cease to be, right? And so somewhere between that is the conflagration point where it's just too much fire damage. And that's what I want to represent. Is I want it like if you're fighting a tower, yeah, the thing has plus 1000 health. Yeah, the thing has plus 17 armor. Yeah, the thing is healing itself. Yeah, all that, but you have 100 stacks of fire damage on it. And so it's just like it's on fire. It's a burning building. You know? I think that's mad cool. I think that's mad cool, you know, and having a I'm not gonna throw out a ton of purges. Maybe mend will be like poof, and it will like remove everything. That'd be a really good mend. That'd be a top tier like 1000 R mend abilities, mend purges, right? It gets rid of debuffs on friends and it gets rid of buffs on enemies in an AoE while healing. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's something you want to save up for, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a cool game. It's gonna be a cool game. It's gonna have matchmaking. You can do a squad spawner versus other people, and then it's gonna be a big boon collector. There's just, quite frankly, you're gonna have winning a match gives you a 1 in 3 chance of getting a boon, and then if you're not winning a match, and I'm not giving away a boon to you, you've got 2 options for boons: drops. 0.001% chance on death to do a boon roll. Not going to happen too often, but it will happen sometimes. And then it's going to be a what am I thinking about? Just saw blood on my hood. And then it's going to be a yeah, it's just going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I'm gonna give an elemental upgrade to every tower. You know, it's like Earth will throw a block on itself occasionally. Water will heal itself occasionally. Fire, it'll shoot a fireball when it can. You know, and if you increase the tower range, it'll shoot all of its extras at range. You know, extra range. And just make it so the game can run off. I mean, if you want to get a tower that has plus 31,000% health, like that character should have to deal with that. That character, you know, he should have to snowball to such a point that he can actually put pressure on that tower to do something about it, right? And that should be the game. And if you don't like it, get lucky next time, because there's nothing. And the thing I love about it is that at a 1% to 3% chance of going off, there's really no boon that is, and 3% is deceptive. It's not like if you roll a 3% chance 33 times, you're guaranteed to get it. It's like you have to roll it like 45 or 60 times to be guaranteed to get a 3%. So yeah, a 1% chance in 100, let's say a 1% chance means 100 spawn cycles. 100 squads get created before you see it once, and that's the odds. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. You could roll it 200 times and not see it. You could roll it 10 times and see it twice. It all depends on the RNG. So it's called RNGKING. Rather you win or there's things to collect, there's smartnesses the player can do, but it is get lucky. It is get lucky, and so that's what's exciting about it. It's a gambling game. It's a luck game, right? And the boons are cool. People are going to want to spend money on boons. You mean I can get all 7 Jedi right now at 2-star for $24? Yeah, I'll do that. Now now what's the accumulated odds on that? I know I just said you can't do that, but it's like 2% times 7, that's a 14% chance. That means every single wave from now on, you have a 14% chance of having a Jedi spawn. Right? That's pretty cool. What happens if you get 2 Jedi spawn? What happens if you get 3, right? I want there to be bonuses too for like if you luck out and get multiples of a same class. Just like playing poker, right? If you were to get all of the same card, it should be really good. If you get 7 swords guys, if you get all 7 laser sword guys at once, all 7 of your Jedi, every single one of the 7 gets the bonus the other Jedi guy gives, right? Each Jedi guy has a special trait and gives a bonus to other Jedi guy. If they come out alone, that's what they have, and then that'd be so cool. Do that for everything. Inagami. Don't do that for droids. Don't do that for men. You don't need it. You don't need it. Droids will be like, yeah, common tier. But yeah, I'm gonna design just a whole menagerie, a whole world of stuff that's 2D, easy to draw. I could probably do 7 laser guys in a day. And imagine me having this game. It's up. It's stable. It's running. I have customers. There's PvP, there's PvE. People are waiting on updates. That's heaven. Absolute heaven. I have income. People are spending money, right? That's heaven. That's absolute heaven. So yeah, it's gonna have to be a heft and chonker of a game. They're gonna have to feel like it's a whole game. It's not a solo indie dev do it yourself project. And so many of those people waste time with the world. They do world building, they do one location after another after another. They're like, dude, all that location setting is wasting time. I don't have any locations. I have one location. I have the main screen, which looks like the game, and then I have the game. And that's it. And so I don't need to do any extra locations. I don't need to do that many characters. 6 starting characters is all I'm going to have. I'm going to have 6 characters, a 7th slot you can unlock. And then over time I'll release, let's say, a character, and then I'll think about it, right? Okay, so let's say I'm doing whatever character. I'll think about who that character has in their life and make boons around that character. Let's say I'm releasing the Fire Air character or the Phoenix, right? The Fire Heart. There'll be a special day. It'd be like Phoenix Month. Here's Phoenix Month. He came out. You have 7 new boons to do with Phoenix Guy. 30 new boons added, 7 of them Phoenix related, right? And I'll make boons for the characters. Like there'll be special boons for the classes that you can get that only activate if they're there, but if they do, they always target that class, right? And a difference between maybe an uncommon boon will be like plus 25 health, right? Well, because it's not base health, it's just plus 25 whenever, right? So it's good, but it's not like the most game breaking thing ever, right? But a really good ultra rare boon would be like plus 25 health to tanks only. It'll always choose characters that are good for that, right? Which is interesting. It'll work. It's gonna be a great game. RNGKING is gonna be one of the best games ever made because I'm a great designer, and I have played the fuck out of games, and I know everything they've done, and I know things I like and things I don't like, and the things I don't like just won't be there, and the things I do like will be there in excess, and people will agree. So yeah, I like it. Anything could happen. I do like it, right? You spawn a treasure in the middle. Maybe sometimes Shiva... I have a Colossus, right? I want to take the Colossus from StarCraft and put it in the middle of the map where it, materializes in, and it's this giant Colossus, just like a laser, and down the map, either side. I'm going to steal from everything, right? I got white teeth. I have naturally perfect mouth. I don't need to do all that stuff they do. My teeth are just always fine. You're too weak if you need to brush your teeth to live. You'll make your teeth worse. Anything you obsess over, like if every day you brush your teeth, you think about how they could rot and fall out, they're already rotting and falling out because you're thinking it. It doesn't matter. I know people who brush their teeth obsessively and had nothing but cavities. I've never had a cavity because maybe one, they don't like looking at my mouth is, go, he's good. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a fun game. The laser sword people are going to be pretty incredible. I'm pretty happy with that little Jedi. Yeah, Princess Amadorcus. She comes out and does something. Yeah, I'm not even sure. There'll be passive characters. There'll be things like, there'll be spells that attack towers, right? It's like, you'll have a suite of things that launch an attack, like do an automatic, 10% max HP, so HP and overshields. Do a 10% of that attack as fire, 10% chance of that as lightning. Like, what would lightning do? If lightning increases crit chance, how would that be represented? Like, a percentage of the damage done is now a new crit chance on the target, disappearing the next crit that's hit. Something like that. Lightning. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe lightning increases crit chance from air and lightning, right? I'm not sure. Everything has to be different. Every element has to have its own little thing. Maybe light. Maybe the reason you have a light healer is the light healer increases defense, right? Maybe every heal they put, there's a stacking defense buff, right? Something like that. All right, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. This episode is about RNGKING Laser Sword Squad, Elemental Laser Sword Squad. It's gonna be awesome to make. I could make it in an afternoon and sell it, and I just need to get this game going. I'm so excited.